to the cars. It's going to be amazing. There you go.
Let's do it. Let's make some money, America. I'm betting on both of us. Let's do it, Jenna. Let's do it.
All right, this weekend on Fox, let's take a turn to the NBA now. A lot of trades going down before yesterday's deadline, but the Lakers not involved. They were rumored to be going after Kyle Lowry, but the point guard ended up staying in Toronto, probably the biggest surprise of the day. Lakers now reportedly will turn to the buyout market for any additions. So here's how things look out west. You got your Lakers holding down the 4th spot ahead of a crowded field. And we got Chris Broussard with us now to help talk about all this, break it down. Broussard, you think the Lakers cost themselves by staying put at the deadline?
Well, let me start by saying this, Jenna. If LeBron James and Anthony Davis are fully healthy come playoff time, you know, a few weeks before the playoffs, I still like the Lakers in the West. They're still my favorite, although the Clippers and the Nuggets definitely got better. However, I do think the Lakers missed an opportunity. They should have gotten Kyle Lowry. If indeed the reports are true that they could have gotten him for Dennis Schroeder, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and the sticking point was them not wanting to throw in a 20-year-old Talen Horton-Tucker, they made a mistake. Because if they get Kyle Lowry, they're the prohibitive favorites in the West. And then in many people's eyes, I think they become the favorites in the entire league. Now, this is nothing against THT. He's a nice young player. But for the Lakers, it is about winning now. It is about maximizing LeBron James's present. All right? He's 36. He's in his 18th year, and he's been hurt seriously in 2 of his 3 seasons with the Lakers. How much longer do you have with him? You don't know. So I'm not worried about a 20-year-old who doesn't project to me to be a star down the line. Even if he does, I'm not worried about the future. I'm worried about winning as many rings as I can with LeBron right now. And their depth still would have been fine. You were giving up 3 players, I get it. But you still would have been 10 deep. You could have started, you would have started Kyle Lowry, Wesley Matthews. If you get Andre Drummond, he's your center. If not, you still got Marc Gasol, LeBron, and AD. Then you got Alex Caruso, Markieff Morris, Montrezl Harrell, Kyle Kuzma. And again, if you get Drummond, Gasol off the bench, that's 10 deep. How deep are you going in the playoffs? They made a mistake. The only thing that justifies this, in my view, is if the Lakers know secretly that LeBron and AD or AD are not likely to come back 100% this year, and they think the window is closing on winning it this year.
Wow.
That's it. That's the only way.
Sometimes Broussard and I disagree on, you know, more opinion-based stuff, who's going to win in the future. Very rarely do we disagree on things that already happened, the analysis of events that just happened. We vehemently disagree here. I love Kyle Lowry. I think he would have been perfect for the Clippers. I think he would have been perfect for the Sixers. And I think he would have really helped the Lakers. There's a reason, and Miami, by the way, there's a reason he went to none of those places. And that's because Masai Ujiri wanted a king's ransom from all of those teams. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was the 3rd most important player in the Lakers championship run last year. He's having a bit of a down year this year. He was excellent for them in the postseason. Dennis Schroeder has been the 3rd best player on the team this season if LeBron and AD are the top 2, even though they've been out. And Talen Horton-Tucker, it's not just about the long term. He has been a rotation guy this year. He's been better than Wesley Matthews, who you were throwing in the starting lineup. I would have loved for the Lakers to get Kyle Lowry. That price was too high. It would have hurt their ability to get through 4 rounds of the playoffs, and it would have hurt their ability to get through the next 4 weeks when LeBron is out, potentially Anthony Davis out for a bulk of it as well. So I believe what LeBron said before he got hurt, Wilds. I like this team. I don't think we need to make any major moves. I think adding Andre Drummond will upgrade their biggest weakness on the roster, which is Marc Gasol hasn't been the guy they thought he would be. But I could, if I'm Rob Pelinka, I am not giving up KCP, Schroeder, and Talen Horton-Tucker to pair with a 36-year-old LeBron James, a 35-year-old 5'11" point guard, no matter how much I love him. Because the other part of this, let me just add this quickly, Wilds. If you traded for Lowry, you were going to have to sign him to an extension. That's one of the reasons nobody did, because it was the cost and the extension. And I don't think the Lakers window is just this year. I think it's the next 3 years. And I think signing up for Lowry and moving off some of that flexibility wouldn't have necessarily been good for this year, and certainly wouldn't have been good for the years down the road.
Yeah, I mean, you have an optimistic viewpoint if you think the window is 3 years open. I think Broussard's got a point here, because mixed in with all the trade news yesterday was reports that Anthony Davis is a ways away, I think was Vogel's quote, and LeBron's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. But I agree that it's not necessarily just a Kyle Lowry thing, like we need Kyle Lowry to win. I think the buyout market, Brandon, sort of swings in the Lakers' favor. Not only can you add Andre Drummond, you got LaMarcus Aldridge rumors out there, but I think Avery Bradley ends up coming back too. So like, all right, now we don't get as much scoring as Lowry, but we get sort of that leadership that we were missing last year, even though missing him led to a championship.
Yeah, listen, Wilds, Toronto straight tripping. For a 35-year-old player on an expiring contract, and you're asking for the world, you're tripping. You had an opportunity to go out there and get something in return. So what it seems like to me is that Kyle Lowry in Toronto is probably going to extend this thing, and he's going to end his career there, because this was your moment to get it done. I'm with you, Chris, all the way on this. Nick, 3 years? Please, man, like, I get it. But Father Time is undefeated, and you just don't know. So, yeah, LeBron James will probably play 3 years, 4 years. Hell, he can play 5 years. But at what level? Right now, you're in a moment. Right now, you can go catch Michael Jordan. You got to go get it done. So, I'm not an NBA insider, but my little quick Google search, I heard that it was 2 first-rounders and then an extension for Kyle Lowry where he's asking for $25 million plus. You have to figure this out, because you have an opportunity to go win back-to-back and potentially another championship. So it just doesn't make sense to me why this deal didn't get done, Chris.
Yeah, look, Kyle Lowry's playing great basketball. He's 35, but he's 17.6 assists and 39% shooting from 3. The Lakers needed to upgrade the shooting. THT is the 10th man, Nick. He's 10th on the team in minutes. With LeBron out these last several games, he's done nothing. He played 19 minutes last night. They need help. He played 19 minutes. 19 minutes the game before. And again, his future may be bright, but he's a 25% three-point shooter in a three-point shooting league. He's a 6'4" two guard. All right, I mean, again, he's fine.
And Schroeder as
but
well.
It is about winning
just
now.
Him. But it was KCP and Schroeder as well, Broussard.
KCP played well in the finals last year. I'll give you that. But that's not necessarily who he is. That was a hot run. He's not their third best player. Schroeder, I would have got everything I get from Schroeder with Lowry, plus much better three-point shooting and championship pedigree.
Add this.
And KCP shoots 3 threes a game. Lowry gives me 7. You would have improved your chances of winning it now.
I like Lowry more than any of those players individually, obviously. I vehemently disagree with you guys that the Lakers should be operating as if the world ends in 12 months or 18 months when you have Anthony bleeping Davis on a max contract for another 5 years, and LeBron, prior to suffering a freak ankle injury, was either leading or second in the MVP voting, coming off a finals MVP, not exactly trending downwards. But I do feel like, Jenna, we are being a bit of prisoners of the moment in this regard. 96 hours ago, no one in the world was saying, Lakers got to get Kyle Lowry, because nobody thought they were going to get Kyle Lowry. Woj dropped that bomb, and Wendy did as well over the weekend, and all of a sudden it gained momentum. We thought a week ago today the Lakers would be standing pat at the deadline, and nobody thought that would be a disaster for them. Nobody. So I just think we got a little overexcited about, oh, they could add Lowry, when that was never really part of the plan.
No, you're right. We talked Miami and the Sixers all day yesterday. It wasn't that we really thought he was going to go out to LA. Time for a special edition of Nick's NBA Minutes. Okay, so let's stay with the trade deadline. A lot of guys on the move yesterday. Nick, which teams do you think were medal winners at the deadline?
Oh, Broussard, you're going to like